21st, 2019, a series of coordinated attacks struck Sri Lanka, leaving a deep scar on the nation and the world. It was a day of profound loss, a tragedy that unfolded on a peaceful Easter Sunday. Today, we're not here to recount the horror, but to reflect on what we can learn from it. In the aftermath of such events, the world often comes together, not just in grief but in a shared mission to understand, to prevent, and to build a safer future. This isn't just a story about one country. It's a story about global interconnectedness and the universal desire for peace and security. Multiple reports and investigations were launched in the wake of the attacks. International intelligence agencies, security experts, and governments collaborated, sharing information and analyzing the sequence of events. The primary goal was to piece together the puzzle. How did this happen, and what warning signs were missed? This collaborative effort is crucial. It transforms a localized tragedy into a global lesson. The focus sharpens on understanding the complex networks that facilitate such acts and, more importantly, on identifying the systemic vulnerabilities that allow them to succeed. This process isn't about placing blame. It's about a collective, sober-minded effort to strengthen our global safety net. The lessons learned in Sri Lanka reverberate across continents, informing policies and security protocols worldwide. This video reflects on how that global cooperation is fundamental to enhancing safety awareness for everyone, everywhere. Hello, everyone. When we look back at events like the 2019 tragedy in Sri Lanka, it's natural to feel a mix of sorrow and perhaps even anger. But as we process these emotions, it's vital to channel our focus toward constructive understanding. The conversation that follows these events, among experts and the public alike, often circles back to a few key themes: the importance of early warnings, the critical need for clear and swift communication, and the power of public awareness. These aren't just abstract concepts. They are practical pillars that can save lives. Learning from the past is how we prepare for the future. We do this not with fear, but with facts. Calmly, respectfully, and with a commitment to building a more resilient and informed global community. It's about recognizing that preparedness is a shared responsibility, one that crosses borders and cultures. So, let's break down what this means in practice. One of the most significant takeaways from post-event analyses is the value of robust information-sharing networks. Imagine a global web where credible intelligence about potential threats can be shared between nations almost instantaneously. This isn't science fiction. It's a reality that security agencies strive for every day. When one country detects a threat, sharing that information allows other countries to raise their alert levels, protect vulnerable locations, and disrupt plots before they can materialize. This collaborative framework is a powerful deterrent. It makes it harder for malicious actors to operate in the shadows. Global alerts, when acted upon, enable early responses. They give law enforcement and security forces a crucial head start. This isn't just about high-level intelligence. It's also about governments effectively communicating with their own citizens and industries, advising them on how to stay safe. Building on that, the concept of resilience becomes incredibly important. A resilient community is one that can not only withstand a shock but also recover and adapt. Information sharing is a cornerstone of building this resilience. When communities are educated about potential risks and taught what to look for, how to spot suspicious behavior or unattended packages, for example, they become an active part of the security solution. This is often called the whole-of-society approach. It's not about creating a culture of suspicion, but rather one of shared awareness and responsibility. Training for first responders, drills for public venues, and public awareness campaigns all contribute to this resilience. The lesson is clear. An informed public is an empowered public. When people know the emergency procedures and trust the information they receive from authorities, panic is reduced, and orderly, effective responses become possible. This strengthens the social fabric, making it tougher for any destructive force to break it. Ultimately, the goal of all these efforts, the global cooperation, the intelligence sharing, the public education, is to create safer communities. This isn't a destination we arrive at, but a continuous process of learning, adapting, and improving. It requires sustained commitment from governments, but it also requires engagement from each of us. By choosing to stay informed through credible sources, by participating in community safety initiatives, and by fostering a culture of mutual care and vigilance, we all play a part. This is how we honor the memory of those we've lost. Not by living in fear, but by working together to build a world where such tragedies become less likely. It's about turning the lessons of the past into a protective shield for the future, ensuring that awareness and preparedness are woven into the very fabric of our daily lives, no matter where in the world we are. Thinking about these big ideas is one thing, but how do they translate to our own lives? It starts with media literacy. In the age of instant information, it's crucial to distinguish between factual reporting and sensationalism or misinformation. Follow trusted news organizations and fact-checking institutions. Understand that early reports during a crisis can often be confused and contradictory. Patience and a critical eye are your best tools. Secondly, be aware of your surroundings, whether you're at home or traveling abroad. This doesn't mean being paranoid. It simply means being present. Notice the emergency exits in a crowded venue. Have a simple plan with your family for what to do if you get separated. These small, practical steps can make a significant difference in an emergency. Finally, engage in constructive dialogue. Talk with your friends and family about what it means to be a resilient community. These conversations foster a collective mindset of preparedness and care. The lessons from Sri Lanka and other similar events underscore a universal truth. Our safety is interconnected. An improvement in security protocols in one part of the world can provide a blueprint for another. An educational campaign that proves effective in one country can be adapted and used elsewhere. This global exchange of knowledge is perhaps the most powerful tool we have. By learning from both successes and failures, we collectively raise the bar for safety and security worldwide. It's a quiet, ongoing effort that doesn't always make headlines, but its impact is profound. It's the work of countless individuals dedicated to a simple, shared vision, a world where everyone has the right to feel safe. As we conclude this reflection, let's hold space for the memory of all those affected by the events of April 21st, 2019, in Sri Lanka. Our purpose today has been to look forward, to understand how the lessons learned can contribute to a more secure future for all. It's a complex topic, and this has just been a starting point for the conversation. I'm genuinely interested to hear your perspective. What do you think is the most important factor in preventing future tragedies and building safer communities? Please share your thoughts respectfully in the comments below. Your insights are a valuable part of this ongoing dialogue. If you found this reflection meaningful and want to explore more stories about global awareness and the lessons we learn from history, please consider subscribing to the channel and turning on notifications. Thank you for taking the time to watch and reflect with me today.